Hey guys, Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. We're going to be looking at what the Black Widow wants to do today. But before we do that, I wanted to go over the master chart just to kind of get an idea and catch people up to speed on where we're at in regards to the scale chart and the other stuff I look at in regards to Gann theory. So without any further delay, let's get into it. First off, we know that this is our, and remember, I'm using what I call the fractal zone, the area of battle, which is October 27 high, right? Whatever that is, up here, 363, I believe, and February 20 low. I am focusing on this area right here. This is where the battle zone is. We are right here. So we put our Gann fan. You can see that this is our 1x1. This is our 1x2. This is going to be an area I want to be watching once we get some momentum to the upside. Secondly, we have our 1x1 from the February 20 low. As you can see, the 1x3 was holding. This is the 1x1, 45-degree scale chart. And we chopped around the 1x2 and found support on the 1x3. So that's good. You didn't get to kiss the 1x4 and the 1x8. So that is a good sign. Now we need to get to this angle, or this fan, and continue focusing between these two angles, trending higher. This is the Gann square, squaring this range. And you can see that there's a key level here. This is the 1/6 level, which is somewhere around 124. You can see they hit a peak there, hit a peak. There was a turning point also right here, what I call a vector. We came down, found support at this angle. So key levels to watch using the Gann square, or squaring the range, is the 224 and also 232. Once you get above 232, you got open space with this angle, and then you're going to be dealing with 257. And also put on your sticky note, watch out for 828, because this is where the square ends. The pitchfork, really nothing here, but I just have it. The ellipse, interesting. Timing point, I've been saying, if you've been following me for a while, watch out for 723, right? That's what I had, 723. And so far we have a low as of 726. So we were off, a couple of days. Not bad. Trend line, I don't think I have anything for trend lines. That's the 1x1, the 45-degree scale chart that I have there. 214 is the area that I'm watching to see if we could break above. 4-year, I'm watching for a crossover here, but it's going to be, we'll see, 84, 85. Advanced support, you can see 225 is going to be a level to watch from these swings. You can already see them. I'm not going to waste time. Another one will be 217 from these two swings right here that I will be watching. And from our current swing till now, 202 is showing as support. So that's good. That's good confirmation. And even from this low, 425 to the 611 high of 315, you have a key support here at 206. In regards to harmonics, not this one, but this one, keep an eye out for 818 right here. That'll be coming up. And also 824 in regards to the harmonic levels. I think that's it for this chart. We're going to go now to the other clip. I'm going to just keep moving fast so I can get to my midpoint charts. Okay, so a couple of things here. These are cycles I've probably shown in the past. This one is very important. This is the one I am leaning on in regards to timing. August 3rd. For a possible turning point, capitulation, spike down, or whatever you want to do it, or just turning point in general. This is what I'm watching to see. This is going to be play out, and this is coming up very soon. The next thing also is, this is the solar cycle. And right here, this is when I got in also, around 7-3. I can't remember the exact date, but it was around this area. I was thinking we were going to turn and ride this up, and you can see that that didn't play out. So I got this one wrong. So I am now waiting to see if this one plays out. And this is my next point of entry. If everything all lines up in regards to the EIA report, and maybe the bears come really aggressive, this is where I'm going to bet that if it does go down, fills the gap, we're going to turn here. So that's just giving you a heads up on that. Neural net, this is the computer trading so far. Also 7.3. Yeah, I remember that. I was in that thinking that the computer had it right with the solar cycle, and that didn't play out. So now the computer, which is the neural net, is indicating maybe it's going to be the next one will be 8.1. So I'm between 8.1. That's probably the EIA report. I think that's a Thursday. Yep. So from here we spike up. So that's possible. Maybe it doesn't have to wait to the second. So anywhere in that ballpark between the first, second, third, that's the sweet spot. So I'm betting on the EIA report not being maybe great, fill gap, and then bounce very quick. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, outside the box. The Bradley model doesn't really have anything, but it does indicate something here in this area. It's shaded yellow, but there's not really a turning point. The real turning point is somewhere around August 17. So we'll see. Even if I have this all wrong and it's not going to play out, the Bradley model is indicating something maybe possible around the 17th. So we'll have to wait if this is all a dud and nothing really happens. So we'll see on that. In regards to the Fourier technique I use, there's a crossover coming around the 6th that I'll be watching if nothing happens on the 1st and 2nd. And we have a crossover right now on the 3rd. So there's a nice little cluster of things that I'm noticing. When you hear me say clusters are things that are just all kind of concentrated in one area. And, in my mind, the high probability of something happening, it's greater when it's here. It also could be a dud. Maybe nothing happens. But using all these techniques, that I use when I see a buildup here of a lot of stuff happening, EIA report, all these things lining up, sometimes the energy is very strong in the vibration and the force that maybe something could happen, and you just have to be ready for it and have a game plan ahead. So when you see price action doing something erratic or volume coming in, it's just not really, that random. There's something happening here, what I call like anomalies. And lastly, we'll look at the cycles, natural cycles, and then we'll go to our charts, our midpoint charts. Okay, so this is the last clip on the master chart. I'm using something called self-similarity. And this is with no filters. And you can see this is the price action of 2012. And you can see that we made a low around the 25th. Here, we made a low on the 26th on our current year, 2024. And you can see that price action gets a momentum higher all the way to October the 14th. Even if you do 2011, it's kind of very similar than where we at right now. And from the 31st, August 1st, August 2nd, things kind of continue high until like October the 15th. I'm going to skip the year because there's nothing really there that has a good correlation. The second year, the monthly pattern, the one I see that's very promising is the 2000 price action, which kind of lines up with what we kind of did just now in this year. Low on the 26th, and then this is the possibility. We're dealing with probability that this could probably play out. We don't know for sure, but if it does, it's going to be nice. If it does play out. All right, let's minimize that. Let's go into our couple of Gann square at the big level picture that I'm taking from Big Important Pivots. 207 key level. That's why we're kind of bouncing around there. I'm going to worry about September. Vector point coming up August 2nd from big Gann square range. So it's going to be interesting what's going to happen August 2nd. Another cluster right there for you. Also, key levels here with 250. You're kind of in no man's land here. You got these angles. What's that date there? October 18. Yep. Vector August 2nd. Key level here. Key level there, 271. And I think we ended the Gann square there. Lastly, natural cycles. Annual decimal bottoms out on the 22nd and goes up. The annual already bottomed out somewhere around the 15, and you get this nice little pop all the way to August 13th. This is the 3-year natural cycle, only using data for 3 years, and you can see that it bottomed out here, and it kind of peaks around August 28th. This is 6 years, and it peaks around 9/2, September 2nd. So this is where we're at. Early stages of natural cycles going up, annual and decimal. So we're in the sweet spot where things could possibly start going higher. Okay, so this is the last clip. As you can see, the trend now is turning positive. Hekanashis are positive. We got a white trending candle, so that's good. I believe these are Hekanashi. Yep. So these are targets to the upside, the anchored VWAP, and value area low of 219 if it's going to go higher. We got to see volume for today. We'll be talking about that on the close. Let's go to our simple glance chart. I don't think there's really anything on the monthly to be worried about. On the weekly, we're getting our hockey stick, and it's looking even better. Volume is looking a little better compared to all of these weeks. And you can see Hekanashi looking good. We need to have a close above 215. We're probably going to kiss the 20 and deal with the 100 moving average, but you know the MACD is stair-stepping higher. So that's good. So we got a good base. Market profile indicated it here. And I already showed you all the things that are kind of lining up for August 1st, 2nd in that, ballpark. So that's looking good. And we don't have a PPS buy signal yet, which is this indicator here or an arrow. But I'm sure once we close above 215 is going to look good. Let's go into our, I don't think I'm going to do geometry. Nothing's really changed. Just focus on the big levels. So looking at our yearly pivot, this is an important level. This is where we stalled last time or last week. 225 big picture, moving average right here. Mobiles is still negative, but things are kind of waking up slowly on the weekly chart using monthly pivots. On the monthly pivots using the daily chart, you can see that we need to close above the mobile bands right here. But so far, the mobiles here are positive. Stokes have been getting 3 signals and kind of waking up slowly. So that's good. These are for pivots for next month. So this is my monthly pivot using the daily chart. So these are levels that I'll be watching once we cross over to August. So it's too early to tell now. Using our weekly pivot with a 4-hour chart, as you can see, things are we're just very choppy here, but it's a good sign. I think we're trying to stay above 213. So if you kind of look at this, this is my observations. It's like it came all the way down here. They building up, let it drop, build up, let it drop, build up. This is all accumulation, 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 and we're in the accumulation phase right here, this last one. I don't know if that's going to be the big drop, but either way, as long as we can stay above 213, that is good. Targets to the upside. If we continue 216, 75%, which is 220, and even 235, which obviously will test this high here. If we continue pushing higher, those are the levels. Obviously, the goal is to test this high. It's going to go down. You got at least 209 all the way to 206. And this is kind of like the sweet spot. Obviously, we already know the low is $2 and $1.99. And the 4-hour is still looking good. Stokes are very toppy, but, we'll see how the U.S. session goes. And lastly, on the 1-hour chart, using the daily pivot, we need to stay above 206. You got the 200 moving average here. You got your midpoint. So this is an area that needs to hold. So this is the Black Widow faking us out in the US session. She's going to slam us down. This needs to hold, or this is another level you want to watch, which is 202 pretty much. And then you got your 199. So far, the mobiles on the 1 hour is indicating that maybe there might be a little dunk where the Black Widow is going to probably come aggressive once the maybe a spike up, get some bulls, and then trap her down. But too early to tell. But this is kind of an early sign that maybe the Black Widow is going to play her games in the open. So you just got to be careful. Key level right here. If this goes down, this holds. They might bounce it back up, but that's all depends, on what's going to happen on the U.S. Open. Worst case scenario, targets to the upside. Extreme targets is 220, and to the bottom will be anywhere between 191 all the way to 195. These are extreme for today, and this is your midpoint. I think that's it. Probably the video is going to be long. 213, 214. This is here. This is what I think. Extreme 218. Be nice to get to 225, but I doubt it. But I could think 218, max 218, stalling at 214, and then going back down, and at least maybe holding 204. So somewhere around here could be the range. Maybe 205. I'm going to sign up. Hope you like this video. Let's see how the US session opens, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on that gas.